Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from amandacrochets.com. In today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make the slip knot and chain. This is the basis for learning how to make most crochet projects, so let's get started. In today's tutorial you're going to need an I 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. The crochet hook that I'm using today is a Clover or More. These are my favorite crochet hooks, and I will go ahead and link my review of them below just in case you're interested in checking that out. You're also going to need some yarn. I'm just using some scrap yarn that I have in my stash, and this is Red Heart with Love. So to make a slip knot, there are a few different ways to make a slip knot, but this is the way that I make it. So first you want to make a pointer with your finger just like that. You want to get that tail end of your yarn and put it right in front of your finger. Make sure you leave about, just a decent size amount, maybe about this length, just so you can go ahead and weave it in when you finish your project. Next, you want to wrap the yarn around your finger one time, so you have 2 loops on your hook just like that. Then I grab the loops on my hook and I pull them off, and then I put that long strand right behind the loop so it goes through the center down, just something like that. Make it a little bit bigger so you can see. So something just like this. And now either with your crochet hook or your finger, you want to go ahead and pull that center loop up. So to do so with your crochet hook, you're going to go in from the right side. That center strand is going to go on top of your crochet hook, and it's going to look something like that. Then what you want to do is you want to grab both ends of your yarn and you want to pull gently, and then that way it will form a knot. So this is called a slip knot, just like that. Now when you have your slip knot completed, you want to go ahead and make that loop on your hook a little bit more tight. You don't want it to be too loose or too tight. If it's too loose, then you're not going to have control and your hook might slip out. And if you have it too tight, you're not going to be able to get your hook through at all, and your stitches are going to be extremely tight and small and be extremely difficult to go through each chain. So you want to make sure that it's not too tight and not too loose, and it should look something like this. And that's how to make the slip knot. So now that you have your slip knot, you're going to go ahead and make a chain. To make a chain, you want to hold on to that slip knot right underneath your crochet hook. And you always want to hold on to this because that's how you're going to have control. If you don't have any control over it, your knot is just going to go around and around your crochet hook, and you're not going to have any control over making your chain. So what I like to do is I like to have my middle finger and my thumb, and I like to hold on to that knot. So to make a chain, you're going to do yarn over your hook, just like that. Rotate your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. Remember, that loop on your hook at the beginning does not count, so this is one chain. So again, yarn over your hook, rotate your hook, and pull through that loop on your hook. Yarn over, rotate your hook, and pull through that loop on your hook. Now as you make more and more chains, you can go ahead and move your finger up, so you always want to hold right underneath your crochet hook. And as you can see right here, how your hook is a little bit more tapered, you want to try and get your loops all the same size. So in order to do that, you want to have your loops on the fatter part of your crochet hook versus the tiny little tapered part right here. So if you have all your loops right about here versus up here, you're going to have more stability in the chains being all the same size. So try and focus on that, and always make sure that you hold right underneath your crochet hook in order to keep everything kind of in balance and straightforward. So again, yarn over your hook, rotate your hook, pull through that loop on your hook. So this is what your chain is going to look like. And if you kind of touch the front of it, you'll notice that it's flat. And I always like to say F flat, or F for front. If you turn it around, you're going to notice the back part is a little bumpy. So think back bumpy, front flat. So go ahead and continue making your chains until you feel comfortable. You might get a little bit of a tension issue as a beginner, but I encourage you to keep trying, and eventually your tension will even itself out. If you notice your tension is a little bit too loose, then you can just go ahead and tear your work out and start again. And the same thing if you notice that your work is becoming a little bit too tight. So say if you messed up, if you ever want to take your work apart, just get that long strand and gently pull it out, just like so. And that's called frogging. And they call it frogging because you're ripping it out. So rip it, kind of like a frog makes that noise. So it's okay if you need to tear it out and start over. You really want to make sure that your chain is not too tight, not too loose, because if your chain is too tight in the beginning, then your work is going to kind of move in a little bit and it's not going to look right. And the same thing if it's too loose, then your work is going to look a little bit messy. So just take your time and make your chains as even as possible, and your tension will eventually even itself out. So continue this method over and over again until you understand how to make the chain perfectly without too much tightness or too much of a loose tension. Okay, and like I said, once you get your chain, it will look something like this. And there you go. So thank you for joining me on today's tutorial and learning how to make the slip knot in the chain. Again, my name is Amanda and I'm from Amanda Crochets. Please like and subscribe to see all future videos from me. And thank you again for joining me. Bye.